What if I told you that reality isn't actually real? Not in the way you think, at least. Right now, you think you're seeing reality, the real world, the truth of what's happening, but you're not. You are seeing your version of reality, one that's been shaped, filtered, and distorted by your mind in ways that you don't even realize. And before you say, well, no, reality is reality. Facts are facts. You can't change the facts. Yes, I agree, objective reality does exist, but, and this is a big but, you will never, ever, ever experience that objective reality as it is. Not once, not ever. Because you are only capable of experiencing your life through your own perception. And perception is personal. Every single person on this planet is living in their own reality, not because the facts are different, but because their mind is shaping what they see, what they focus on, and what meaning they give to it. You, me, your best friend, your neighbor, the stranger walking down the street, we are all looking at the same world, but we are not seeing the same thing. We are not living in the same reality. You are not seeing life as it is. You are seeing life as you are. And let me prove it to you. Imagine two people walk into a party. One person walks in thinking, this is gonna be amazing. I can't wait to meet new people and have fun and make new memories. The other person walks in thinking, ugh, I don't belong here. I don't know anyone. This is gonna be awkward. Now, even though they're in the exact same room, at the exact same time, surrounded by the exact same people, their experiences are completely different. The first person notices the friendly faces, the great music, the fun energy. The second person notices every awkward glance, every moment of silence, every reason to feel out of place. Same event, same objective reality, two completely different experiences. Why? Because your experience of reality isn't just about what happens. It's about how your mind interprets it. Or if a storm rolls in, rain starts pouring down. One person is curled up inside with a cup of tea, enjoying a nice book, having the fire going, watching the rain hit the window, feeling cozy and peaceful, and they think, this is beautiful. Another person looks out that same window and thinks, what a miserable day. They see cold gray skies, they feel trapped indoors, and they're just waiting for it to pass. Same storm, same reality, two completely different experiences. But the thing is though, is that this is happening every single day, every single second in ways that you don't even realize. Do you remember the viral photo of this dress? This was a 2015 viral phenomenon. It broke the internet. Now tell me in the comments below what two colors you think this dress is. Half the world swore that it was white and gold, and the other half was completely convinced that it was blue and black. People got angry about this. They were arguing in the comments. People were all looking at the same image, but they were seeing it completely differently. And here's what's crazy, neither side was wrong. The reason people saw different colors is because their brain was making a guess about the lighting in the photo. So if your brain assumed it was in the shadows, then your brain corrected the colors one way, or if your brain assumed it was in bright lighting, it saw the colors another way. You only ever see reality through your own perspective and your own assumptions. Now, in reality, the dress was always black and blue. That was objective reality. But if your brain didn't see it this way, it might as well not have been. And this isn't just a viral, funny internet debate. Your brain is doing this all the time. It's constantly filtering, interpreting, and sometimes completely altering what you perceive without even realizing it. Right now, your brain is actively ignoring 99% of what's going on around you. Not because it's lazy, but because it has to. If you let in every detail, every sound, every conversation happening around you, every tiny shift in someone's facial expression, every little movement happening in the background, you would be so overwhelmed you wouldn't be able to function. So it filters. It decides what matters and quite literally deletes everything else. And who decides what matters? Your subconscious mind. Which means if you believe people are untrustworthy, your brain will literally delete every act of kindness and highlight every betrayal. If you believe you're unlucky, your brain will hide every stroke of good fortune and zoom in on every setback. It's not that reality is necessarily changing, it's that your mind is filtering it differently. And this is constantly happening. Let me prove it to you. A group of scientists ran an experiment where they showed people a video of a basketball game. And the participants were told to count how many times the players passed the ball. Seems pretty simple, right? But here's what happened. In the middle of the game, a guy in a full-body gorilla suit walked across the screen onto the court, stopped, beat his chest for a bit, and walked off. 50% of people never saw the gorilla. Not because they blinked, not because it was too fast, because their brain literally deleted it. They were so focused on counting passes that their subconscious filtered out everything else, including a literal gorilla walking across the screen. And if something that obvious can disappear from your awareness, what else are you missing? What opportunities, what answers, what moments of luck or love or clarity are you deleting? They could be staring you in the face, but if your brain isn't tuned into that, then they might as well not exist, because whatever you're tuned into, whatever you are looking for, you will find. And so in that sense, your mind isn't just seeing reality, it's creating it. Ever hear a new word or phrase and suddenly you start hearing it everywhere? Or decide to buy a car and then boom, you see that exact make and model everywhere. You see it driving down the street. You see it parked in the parking garage. That's your reticular activating system at work, the part of your brain that decides what gets filtered in and what gets ignored. It's like a mental algorithm. Just like YouTube or TikTok, it shows you more of what you focus on. If you believe life is unfair, your brain will prioritize everything that proves you right. If you believe success is inevitable, your brain will highlight every open door. Your thoughts are not just thoughts. Your beliefs are not just beliefs. They are programming instructions. And your brain takes those instructions and turns it into a reality that you experience. But here's where things get even more intricate. It's not just that you filter reality. It's that nothing inherently means anything until you assign it a meaning. Imagine two people losing their job on the same day. One person spirals. They say, "This is the worst thing that's ever happened to me. I'm a failure. Life is unfair." They feel hopeless and anxious and stuck. The other person takes the exact same situation and says, "You know what? This is my chance. I didn't really like that job anyways. This is the push I needed to do something better." They feel excited, free, and relieved. Same event, completely different realities, because the truth is, emotional pain doesn't come from what happens. It comes from the meaning you attach to it. And sometimes you can choose your meaning. Many years ago, I quit my stable, successful corporate job, and the hope was that I would never enter the corporate world again because I didn't particularly like it. But then during that downtime, I panicked. I thought, what am I doing? I have to go back. This is just what adults do. So I applied for a hopefully better corporate job that was a bit closer to home. I got the interview, it went decent, and then I got the call that I didn't get the job. For about 10 seconds, I felt upset and disappointed. But then something deeper kicked in. I felt relief. A part of me felt happy. A part of me felt free. Because the truth was I didn't actually want that job. I had just convinced myself that I needed it. In that moment, my reality completely shifted because my perception shifted. And in a span of 10 seconds, I went from feeling like a complete failure to feeling free and happy and empowered. And to me, it was proof that I was meant for something else. And that single shift in perception quite literally changed my entire future. So reality isn't real. I mean, it is, but your reality is being manipulated by the filter you put on it. Reality isn't happening to you, it's happening through you. And that means one thing. If you don't like what you're seeing, start by changing the way you see it. And no, this isn't about pretending bad things don't exist. Reality exists. Tragedies exist. Life isn't always fair. But your experience of life, your choices, your emotions, your next move, those are shaped by the lens you choose to look through, because you will always find proof for what you believe. If you believe life is against you, you will see struggle everywhere. If you believe there's always a way forward, doors will start appearing where you swore there were only walls. Your focus isn't just shaping what you see, it's shaping what's possible. It completely shapes the reality you live in. So, what happens if you change the filter?